Good morning. I hope you're doing well. How are you? So, what's going on around here is a very uncharacteristic polar vortex. And I live in Memphis, and we have had a tremendous amount of snow because we don't get snow usually. And anyway, a lot of us haven't been able to leave our houses because our city isn't prepared for this kind of mess. Anyway, it's still very cold, hence the layers, and so I'm bundled up, but still intend to practice. So I hope you want to practice too. Get on your mat, and we will do some yoga. So what I'd like you to do is interlace your fingers and not to close them, but to have them open about the shape of a grapefruit. And so you're going to take the hands, the edges of the hands, and anchor them into the ground. Relax your shoulders, and then dive forward. So your forehead goes to the ground or towards the ground, and then you're going to lift the elbows up as you move those hips back. Make sure you pull your belly in. Then you'll come forward and do the same thing. We'll do this several times. You're going to exhale forward and inhale back. Exhale forward and inhale back. Exhale forward, inhale back. One more time like that. Exhale forward and back. Hold it back. Keep your arms straight, your elbows away from the floor. Then you'll pull your arms towards you. Rise up on the inhale and exhale. You'll inhale, and as you exhale, really activate your core, like you're pulling a cord down. Imagine you had resistance. Exhale and inhale. One more. Exhale and inhale. Release your arms. Take your forearms to parallel. You're going to drop those forearms, curl those toes, and if you can come up into forearm dog, do so, or just go towards forearm dog. You're just going to drop those knees again. Have a seat on your heels. Slide your hands back. Let your hips lift away from the floor and come up as high as you can, only to where it feels good. And then we'll come back to the heels, come forward, then interlace your fingers again, drop them down, and then rock forward and back, lifting those elbows up. Exhale forward and back. We're just moving slow to start. Exhale forward. Inhale back. One more time. Exhaling forward and back. Now keep the elbows up, shoulders relaxed, and then pull those arms towards you. Rise on your inhale. Exhale from your core. Inhale, lift. So you're also engaging your glutes. Pulling the belly up and in. Two more. One more time. Exhale. Now release those arms. Forearms to parallel. Curl those toes. Pull those hips towards the back as you lift up. You'll exhale. Lift the heels, drop back down. Have a seat on your heels. Slide those arms back. Let the hips lift. The heart open here. Only come up to where it feels good, and then come back down. You'll come forward, interlacing the fingers again. So we're going to change the movement here. You'll curl the toes, and you're going to lift up and take the head towards the floor and squat down. Lift and lower. This can be intense if you haven't done it before. So you're going to fire up those quadriceps as you lift and lower. You could go faster. I just want you to get the movement. You're exhaling and inhaling. Exhaling and inhaling. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Next time you'll hold those hips up. Pause here. Dive forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. One more. Forward. Hold back. Now drop those knees. Have a seat on those heels. Just let the chest lift up. Exhale your hands backwards. Round forward. And then have a seat again. Inhale up. Exhale the forearms to parallel. Lift your hips up. Drop those knees. Come back. Let your hips lift. Open that heart. Exhale down. One more time. Interlacing your fingers. Anchor those forearms. Curl the toes. So you lean forward. Curl the toes. Pull the hips up. You'll exhale and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And one more. Hold it up. Hold those hips up and back. Dive forward and back. Forward and back. Find your core. Forward and back. One more time. Forward. Hold it back. Then drop your knees. Have a seat. Pull those wrists apart as you take it up. You'll release those arms. Bow down. The palms go up as your head goes to the ground, and you're going to take it over. Then have a seat. Arms come up again. Now bring the forearms to parallel. Come forward. Lift those hips up one more time as you exhale. Good. Now drop down. Come back. Come forward. Again, we're going to go to forearm dog. One more time back. Come forward, forearm dog. And then come to downward facing dog. From here, you'll take the right knee into the chest and then just go to down dog split. Knee to chest, down dog split. Knee to chest and split. Knee to chest and split. Now pull the knee to chest, squat, take your left knee in and split. Pull the knee in and split. Knee in. One more time. Good. Now squat. Squat dog. And take your right knee around your left. And then the left leg splits. Pull your left, right leg splits. Left leg splits. Right and left. Now take your left knee forward, right knee behind the left knee, and have a seat. Take your arms up, palms together, bend your elbows, and let your fingertips go towards the floor. Make sure that you're pulling your belly in. So you want a long, long spine. Let the crown of your head go towards the sky. Now release and come to your back. So you're going to take your left leg up, your right foot to the floor, and then just pull that hamstring. Take your right leg, pull in, extend, pull in, extend. One more time. Good. Now pull that right knee in, foot to the floor, lift your hips up, you can take this left foot, put the ball of the foot to the floor and lift up a little bit, grab hold. This might be where you need to be, or take that shin to the ground. But what you want to do is make sure that you're squeezing those thighs in, the belly's in. You're very much in your core. You could also have a yoga block under the sacrum because you want to try to lengthen that spine, really getting into hip flexors, as well as the quadriceps, but you might sense one more than the other. Now, if you're here comfortably, you can take your hands by your shoulders and just bring your elbows towards one another. And that's it. Just think about the shoulders staying on the ground, the elbows coming in. Otherwise, you can be holding your foot, like earlier, working on opening the foot or just opening the quadricep. So, lift out, take that hamstring again, extend through the right leg and just hold it here, activating your core. And then cross your thighs, grab hold of your ankles for a second, re-engage, and roll up. Let the heart open here. Now, come forward. Start off with your hands on the ground, but then your forearms go to the ground. Curl the toes, lift those hips. Now, if you don't have enough room for this and you get stuck here, just keep your arms straight and go to cross dog. Just play with where you are. But if you can, you're going to take it into a forearm dog split. And you'll just lower and lift. Lower and lift. Lower, lift. One more and then hold the lift. And then find down dog split. So if you're coming from the forearm dog split, you take your hands, push down, forward, and the elbows come up simultaneously. Then you'll take your right foot between your hands, plant your left foot, and come into Virabhadrasana 1. Make sure you're breathing. Exhale completely. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. And then exhale the hands down. You'll go to cross dog. Pause here. Drop your knees. Have a seat. Bring your arms out. Up, palms touch. Then bend those elbows. Make sure that both sit bones are on the ground if possible. And you're engaged in your core. You want your shoulders relaxed. You want your neck relaxed. And you want to breathe easily. Now release those arms up. Lie back. And take your right leg. Let your hamstring fully extend. Engage in your core. Extend that left leg. Pull in. Let this be about the core, even though you're opening the hamstring. One more. Next time, you'll pull that foot in. Place the sole of the foot into the ground. Lift off the ground, hips off the ground. You're going to bend that knee, grab the foot. So you could just be here, working on opening the foot, letting the ball of the foot be on the ground, and then trying to lift eventually and pull that foot so that the whole foot is being stretched out. And then taking the shin to the ground. Now, as you're doing this, you want your lower back to feel good. So it's long and you're engaging your core. Squeeze an imaginary block or something between your legs, between your calves, and then re-engage in your core. Stay with the breath and go a little bit, just a little bit past where you were. Even if it's just to squeeze a little bit more. Now take your palms by your shoulders, like you're going into a back bend. Bring your elbows in. You really want to try to get your whole hand to anchor into the ground if you're in this position. Stay strong in that left leg. Now anchor and release that right leg. Pull it back and again. Let the hamstring open. You'll cross the thighs. Pull the thighs in. Roll up. Take the arms out and up. You're going to come forward, and of course you can go to cross dog, or you can drop your elbows and pull into forearm dog. So that left leg is going to split. You'll lower and lift, lower and lift, lower, lift. One more, hold it up. Find down dog split however you need to, but let those elbows lift simultaneously and come into Virabhadrasana 1. So anchor, rise up, feel the power of those legs, relax what you don't need, which is any tension around your face or in your jaw, behind your ears, within your ears. When you start to pay attention, you can sense tension that you've never been able to find before, but it's always been there. You just haven't been aware of it. And then you can start to consciously, intently release it. Now you're going to exhale the hands down, cross dog 1. So that left thigh over the right thigh. That right leg extends. Now take your right shin down. You come into Ekapada, Raj Kapotasana. You'll bring your hands by your side. Lift on the inhale. Exhale as you lower. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. One more time. Lift and lower. Good. Now rise up. Hands back to neutral, which is shoulder distance, shoulder width. You'll pull, and that left leg goes into down dog split. Good. And then you'll bring your left shin parallel, or you'll position that shin to where you need to so that it feels good to you. And you can keep your hips neutral. So you'll bring your hands by your side, wave the spine, keep your core engaged, and with each folding forward, think of something that can let go, or put the intention for your exhale to release anything negative, anything that's not serving your highest good. Sometimes we don't even know what our highest good is. We just have to rely on the universe. But that means we have to trust the universe. One more time. Now hold it up. This time you'll put your forearms to parallel and you'll pull into a bent elbow plank. So you're going to come forward onto your belly. You'll lift that chest up. Good. And then you're going to come back down. Pull those hips back. Pull the elbows up. Come forward into plank. Then to the belly. Then to a sphinx. And then back to the belly. Back into that anahata. Come forward one more time. Onto your belly. Lift up and exhale. Pull back, elbows up. Now you're going to come back on the inhale. You'll interlace those fingers. We're going back into that movement with the fingers crossed. It's a little explosive. If you do it fast, you want to relax the shoulders. So exhale up, inhale lower. Absolutely go at your own pace. Use the breath. Exhaling as you lower, inhaling as you lift the head. Exhale, inhale. You can do it half time or quarter time. 2 more. Hold it up. And lower down. Come back. Release your hands. You're going to take the hips up. Hold here. Then have a seat on the heels. Forearms to parallel. Lift up. We're going to come down again. Interlace your fingers. And we're going to come up and lower. Lift and lower. Curl the toes. Up and down. Up and down. Up, down. Two more. Hold it up. And lower. Have a seat. Undo the hands. Let this open up the quads slightly. As it opens up the chest, the throat, and then come forward into the forearms. You'll curl and lift that right leg and lower. Now, if you want to, you can start to lift and lower. So you lift the right leg and the left leg simply follows. To keep from falling forward, you have to anchor those fingers into the ground. Actually, the whole forearm, but just play. It's a lift and lower. Switch sides. Left leg lowers and lifts. So as it lifts, the other leg just follows. One more. Good. Find down dog split. The right leg's in the split. You'll pull the knee into the chest, drop it, and cross. Have a seat. Let your arms out first, shoulder blades in, palms touch, fingers go towards the floor. Good. Now come to your back. Find the split. Pull your left foot in to the floor and then lift off the ground. Take hold of that shin. Belly in. So remember to, if you need to be where you were last time, please do. I'm going to offer a chance to ante up, but always listen to your body. Now you're going to take your hands to the ground, just like before. If that's where you are today, hands by your shoulders, you're going to anchor strongly in this left foot. Bring it up, and just let your head go towards the floor. If it can, if it wants to. Then you'll lift up, come out, and extend again. Pull, and grab. You're going to roll up. arms come up. So remember, you can come to your hands or your forearms. And then when you do this, if you're coming into the forearm dog and then to a split, you can curl the toes from here and just lift your way up. Lower and lift. And if you want to, you can lift into the forearm dog. Into a forearm stand. Just play. The right leg goes down and the left leg into the split. Now bring the left knee in, drop it, drop your right knee behind, and have a seat. Take the arms out. So I want you to take your arms out so you can engage the shoulder blades before taking them up. So you're mindfully taking them up and you're keeping the shoulder blades intact. Then you're going to take those fingertips towards the floor. Good, release and come to your back. One more time. Extend through that right leg. Extend through the left leg. Engage your core. Good, pull the right foot in. Sole of the foot to the floor. Lift up wherever you need to be within this. If you can take it all the way, make sure you pull your ankles in. You've got your core engaged. Power center. And you'll take your hands by your shoulders. Hands are anchored. You want to squeeze your elbows in and then come to the crown of the head first. Lift up and then down. Your glutes are definitely engaged. Come on out. Extend through the legs. You'll pull in, grab, release, roll up. Ah. It's very bulky with all these layers on. Take your arms up. Either come to your hands, which is just fine. Come to your forearms, which is just taking it a little deeper. You'll curl, and you're gonna lift up, and then that right leg lifts. And you can lower and lift. Remember, this top leg is doing all the upward. The other leg just follows. You're going to drop that right leg. That left leg comes forward. Come into Virabhadrasana 1. I was incorrect. It's the right leg that comes in. If I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Sometimes I make mistakes. I make mistakes a lot. But I'm not editing these mistakes out of here. Take your hands to the ground. You'll take that right leg and then that left leg into the split. You'll bring your left shin forward and come to the ground. From here, check out your hands. Really anchor and pull your torso forward. Then you're going to bend that back knee. Just pause here. Reach back with your left hand. Lift up. So it's a little bit of a twist to start with. And then you'll take your right hand, if it wants to go, and grab. Lift the heart. Take your gaze up to the sky. And then dive down Really getting into that quadricep. And then come back up on the inhale. Release down. You'll pull back. That right leg extends and that right shin goes to the ground. Come to the forearms. Bend your knee. Reach back with that right hand first. Engage your shoulders. Take your left hand. Gaze up to the sky. Good, and then release down. You're going to come to your bellies. First through plank, then to the belly. Then bring your hands back and just come into a full cobra. So in cobra, you want to take the curve from the tailbone, the tip of the tailbone, all the way through the crown of the head. Come down. You'll bend your knees, put those soles for the inner arches together, and then from here you'll just curve up and lower. Just aim your head, so let the hamstrings be soft. Imagine those lengthening, the glutes are engaging, so you get out of your hamstrings. And then imagine that head touching the sole. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. Drop, lift, drop, bend, drop, lift, drop one more time, bend the knees, lift, let it go, let your arms go back, reach them forward, pull back, and pull back into Anahata. You're going to come back. So I'm just going to show you headstand. And if I were here, I would spot you, of course, and you could turn towards the wall. But I'm going to interlace your fingers. You'll take your head to the ground. You don't want to grip your hands. You want that space between your hands. And you just want to feel that anchor from the edge of the pinky all the way down to the tip of the elbow. And where you place your head is somewhere between your hairline and the crown of the head. So come up, you anchor, you can take one shin up, the other shin up, shoot both legs up. Come down, drop, drop. From here, you're going to take those arms up, just kind of play with that. I would go to a wall if you haven't ever practiced that before. I would actually say go to a class. It's hard to go to classes right now. But lift the chest and then exhale forward. Or have someone stand behind you and support you as you come up. So just be in those hips, press those feet together, and then as you push the feet together, let the knees pull apart, pull your belly in. And as you anchor those forearms, take your chest forward. Some of the stuff I just show you, and eventually we can work up towards. So as I do these practices, they build on each other, and they kind of play off of one another. So lift up, slide forward, and exhale. So building a practice just kind of lets one practice feed off of the next practice. And even if you don't practice the same types of things, you still build a lot of body awareness, and you open up places in your body that will help seemingly unrelated positions, if that makes any sense. And sometimes none of this stuff makes sense until it does. So be patient and persistent and positive. As positive as possible. Now lift up, bring your knees together, then extend through those legs. You're going to rock forward and go to your maximum. It doesn't have to be all the way. You don't want a Romini mushroom, more like a portobello mushroom. I still got 2 layers of socks on this week. Good. Come onto your back. And let yourself completely relax. If you need to rock side to side or do something, if you have any tightness anywhere, let yourself do that, but then get really comfortable. Take a deep breath in. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And then roll to your right. Bring yourself into a seated position. Your hands to your heart. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you have a beautiful day and stay warm, stay focused, and feel free to leave a comment. Please leave comments. Like, share, and subscribe. I love that and appreciate that and want the algorithm to generate more energy so more people can practice with us. And thank you. All right. Have a beautiful day.